everyone, welcome to day 2 of our bug series from Jewelry Box by Hanna Karlzon. Now I'm looking at this bug as I'm talking, which is why I'm talking slowly. Now there's supposed to be jewelry, we've got Jewelry Box obviously, but there's a few areas here which look like they're gemstones, these little circles and things, so I think that's what we'd do. We'd do this one blue. I have already decided that this one's going to be blue. I'm just having a little look at the blues because obviously, well, maybe not obviously, I want to use blues that work together. So I'm going to start, let's see, with the sort of cerulean blues. I think the cobalt turquoise works with it. Let's go with the cobalt, no, the cerulean blue. Let's find the cerulean blue light and start with that one. So here it is. Now in my last video there are all sorts of sirens. I had to pop next door to grab a pad of paper and a pen, and they're all at the end of our road, but there's a boat as well. It looks like something's happened on the canal or river, which isn't nice. Hopefully it'll turn out okay, but we'll have to see. Obviously we haven't gone out to look. We don't need a million people looking. We can't help, so we'll find out, I'm sure. So what I'm doing with these is I'm trying to fade them towards the tip of this sort of wing. I'm going to make all these main sections the same colour, I think. For me that sort of makes sense. And then fade towards the tip. Now in a previous video that I made, I'm not sure when it's going out, it might go out after this one actually, I did leave a gap. I did ask people for what pages they wanted me to do. I'm just going to work that end part on all of these because I want it to definitely look like it's faded. I asked people what pages they wanted. Now this was a request from Frances. She asked for this page. Now I do what I can. I have had requests for doing things which I don't feel that I am skilled enough yet at being able to demonstrate, so those may have to wait. But if you ask me, I will reply and let you know if I can or can't do it, so in the comments or whatever. Sometimes I just have a plan and I just want to go with that, and I have to be in the right mood for the right picture. Oh, I had an interesting question on a comment, an interesting comment question, which I did try and answer in the comment, but it's quite difficult to answer in just a few words, so I thought I would do it in a video, so I'll do that now. So someone asked me how I choose a picture. So, you know, this was on my completed pages, so my completed pages, over 100 pictures. How do you choose one? Now, I can totally see that you can take such a long time choosing a picture that it actually takes up colouring time. I've done it before myself too. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. I'm going to use this for these set of wings as well. I think they should be the same, although that bit I'll do different because it's so close, but I want to do these bits the same. Anyway, so firstly, I like to spread my colouring across lots of different books because people have kindly sent me books. I want them to see that I'm using those books and I enjoy them as well. I you know, so, and sometimes I forget that I've got a certain book and haven't used it for ages. I'm like, oh, I really like that. So what I've done recently is I've written a list of the books that I want to use for videos, and I sort of tick them off each as I've used, not for video, sorry, that I want to colour in each month, and I sort of tick them off. So that was the cerulean blue light. I'm going to use the cerulean blue, the darker cerulean blue, hang on. They're all so similar. Now I'm going to use the primary blue. It's a bit darker, but I can't find it. Where are you, primary blue? There you are. So I'm going to use the primary blue for the other stripe, and you'll see. So I'm going to do the dots with this one. I'm not going to do the dots, all the centres of there. I'm going to do those like gemstones. So all the things that I want to look like gemstones will be a really dark colour. I might use the indigo or the Prussian blue. So we're going to do these. You can see it's a fairly similar blue, but it is definitely a little bit darker. So I'm trying to just leave a lighter bit just at the top of each of the arches. Anyway, so choosing pictures. So I have a list. So firstly, I think, right, what am I in the mood for? Do I want something, am I tired? If I'm tired and it's the evening, I tend to pick something really simple. I'm going to leave those as gemstones and do something like a mandala or a, I've got a book which has got sort of sayings in, like positive affirmations type thing, something like that. So I do something like that if I'm tired, and I might even use a colour cube card so that, or a really small set of pencils so that colour choice is easy. Yeah, so that if I'm tired. But normally I might go to my list and think, and just take the next one on the list. So you know, I might say, oh, Rita Berman, summer book is on my list at the moment. I haven't got our autumn, winter, spring books on my list because it's not the right time of year. But they are lovely books and I will be doing them. But I sort of felt that I would just concentrate on the summer book at the moment. Sort of makes sense as it's summer. And so that's that. And so that's picking a book. I also colour a lot with my friend Michelle, and she often picks a book and or say to me, what do you fancy doing? And we sort of pick books together. So we have to pick one that we both got. We don't have all the same books. So I've just got to wipe my nose. So that helps as well. Oh, right, now I need another pair of blues. I'm going to go for cobalt turquoise and intense blue. I think they work quite nicely together. Let's start with the cobalt turquoise. And I'm going to do this section here of the sort of main part of the head. I'm going to try and fade it a little bit towards the middle, so I'm going to layer it up a bit here. Like that. Yeah, so then picking a page. Picking a page can be tricky. So I have, I'm just trying to decide what to do. I'm going in here and I'm going to fade towards the edge of the body. So picking a page, well, I will flick through the book and see most books. Those two will be the same, won't they? And pick one I fancy. If on my first flick through I don't find a picture that shouts out to me, I do the next one in the book that's not done. So you will find that if you look through my books, you'll find that a lot of the front I've done and less further through. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, now we're going to switch to the intense blue. I'm going to sharpen it though. Oops. So yeah, that's how I sort of pick a picture. Some of my books, so yeah, intense blue. Some of my books I'm going from back to front anyway. So start to finish, I just work from beginning to end. Mandela books particularly, where they're quite samey, you know, there's not a big difference between them, so I just do that. I'm doing it with Hanna Karlzon's Witch's Cottage, and I don't really know why. I just started doing that and just carried on. So that one, but I don't usually work from beginning to end. I did it with trying to figure out where to go with this. I think I'll do the bottom of the eye with this one. And this top bit here, I'm going to try and make it lighter on the top of the arches. Just to sort of fade it there. Yeah, I did it with a copy of Enchanted Forest. I'm going to do this bit here, and I'm just trying to work out where to make it darker. I think I'll make it darker here and fade it downwards. And I found it was difficult because I only had a couple of colouring books at that point. I only had, I think, might have been my first copy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I didn't have that many books, so I sort of didn't have, it was either Secret Garden or that one. And if I wasn't quite in the mood for the next picture, I sort of had to do it anyway, and I'm not sure that is a good way to do it, really. I'm going to do this whole centre section too, because you might end up sort of spoiling the picture. So with the Witch's Cottage, which I'm working through in order, I just know what the next one is, and I just do it when I'm ready, when I feel right in the month for that picture. You know, so if it's a person, I don't always in the mood for colouring a person, you know. So anyway, now I've changed my mind slightly. I'm going to use the indigo light for the legs, antenna, and the sort of a few other bits. You'll see if I can find it. There, it's right over there. There are a lot of blues in this set. Okay, let's give it a sharpen. Now I'm going to try and do what I did yesterday with the pink bug and make them not so dark and then sort of outline the edge. But I'm not sure how easy that's going to be. It's okay. I'm just going to try it. If it was slightly thicker, I think it would look better. Oh, it's another siren. People do go out in boats and things occasionally. I don't know. We'll find out, I'm sure. As I said, there's no point in going out to look. It's just gonna we just get in the way. But we did think firstly it might have been a fire, so we thought we'd better close the windows up, but it's not. There's no smoke. But yeah, we just have to hope everything is going to be okay. Right, so I'm going around the edge. This one seems to be looking a bit better than the legs. I don't know. Maybe I'm just concentrating harder. Problem with talking and colouring is you're not concentrating so hard. You can do the bottom of that eye. And now I'm going to do, I thought I'd do some of these lines. So this line here, these ones around here, my lead's a bit wobbly. I think it'll be alright. I have got my dowel in here still from the other day when my pencils kept breaking all the time. Lighter towards there, like that. There we go. And then a bit lighter towards the bottom of these. I'm getting hungry. It's only 11 o'clock. It's because I've been out gardening. Always makes my takes a lot of energy, I find. I don't know how people do it. Right. Oh, this one. So I'm still with the indigo light. And now I need some gemstone colour for the others. I'm going to use, let me have a quick looky. I'm thinking ultramarine light. Yeah, ultramarine. Goodness, there's a lot of sirens. So these small ones block in. There's nothing you can do. We'll get some white on there in a bit to make them shine. And the same with these. Now ideally you could go around the edge, make them a bit darker in the middle. Oh, I missed one. And I noticed that I missed it. That makes a change, doesn't it? Yeah, so ideally you'd go around the outside and try and make them a bit lighter in the middle. But they're small. We're just going to block them in. I can show you how to do that on this one. It's a bit bigger. And all the way down. Now, we better not do the eyes. So around, do you see? Keep going around and then a bit less towards the centre. But these are too teeny. But we can certainly put some effort in with this one. There we go. Then work our way back up the wing. Just blocking these in. You want to make sure it's fairly intense because when we put the white down, we want it to really show up as a nice shiny sparkle. Now some of these are really teeny, so we might have to use our really thin nibbed white pen. Now you may not have a really thin nibbed one. But use what you've got. But if you touch the page really quickly and retract your pen fast, you get a smaller dot than if you sort of press down and splodge it. Even with a gel pen, I find you can do that. Oh, I need to sharpen this a little bit. There we go. See that one, I can use that technique, but these are too small. This one's teeny. Work all the way around. It's a lot of just plain colouring. Which is quite nice to do. I do it at times, mandalas and things. I often just do plain colouring. It's just relaxing in a different way. I find that doing something detailed and intricate with lots of shading and shadows and things can be quite good for my mind. It can make me concentrate, and therefore it's mindfulness. You know, you're thinking about something other than maybe something that's bothering you. I'm going to do black for the eyes. So the ivory black would do the eyes. But if I'm tired and sleepy, I'm not always, I don't often have things on my mind. So I just might want to sort of just do something simple. I'm just distracted while I'm talking, looking for my pen. So this is the really fine pen. Now it's not brilliant at writing because the nib is so small, but I'm going to try and put a little dot on each of these. And I may have to scribble it every so often to unclog it, It gets clogged quite easily. I can do that right now. Got some scrap paper beside me. Well, it's what I'm writing down, the pencils I've used. I have to write it down so that I can put it in my description. Now on this wing, I'm putting everything near the top of the wing. Come on, pen. Oh, I just hit my remote control. It's quite big, my remote control. Yeah, it's a clever little remote control. It actually acts like a tripod and you can put the camera on it and hold it in your hand to do sort of selfie type videos, vlogs. That's what I want to say. There we go. This isn't showing up. I'm going to use my number 8. Oh, the lid's run away. There we go. A bit on each side. I'm actually going to use 8 for this side because it writes better. And I'm going to just try and be really delicate. I'm going to keep that shine to the top like before. All the way down, and then on this side you can see this is a bit brighter than on the other side because it's a thicker nib. I might go back over it because it doesn't really show up very well. I'm challenging myself to go over it in exactly the same spot without rubbing it with my hand. There we go. Now I can do these sort of on the top. And there. Both sides on the ones on the middle. And then top here. And top here. Oh, and there. So just the same in reverse on the other side. I'm just copying what I've done so that it looks like the light is just hitting it in the middle. I just find for me that makes more sense. Now, one thing I didn't do on this one that I did on the other one was use a little bit of grey to do a little bit of shadow, and I think it needs it. Now I've got white pen all over it, yay! But I'm going to try. I think we can do it. So the cool grey deep. And I just want to put a little bit at the bottom of the wings here. Because it's quite small, I can keep my hand away from the white pen, I hope. And down here. And then just in here, look, where this wing is sort of separate to the body. There. I think that's enough. Just checking. Yeah, there he is. I think it looks quite an elegant, shiny little beetle, probably. So that's that one. So I've got a challenge for you. In the comments, I want you to guess what colour tomorrow's was going to be. And we'll see if any of you are right. Have fun. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you have a super day and happy colouring.